Greetings, my viewer and first learner. I'm so excited. We are now at the final stage, the financial abundance or at abundant wealth. Yes, we've been doing a series on what we can do to get from one level to the other. And we are now finally at the abundance stage, the stage that we all want to be at our best. At this level, yes, we are living the life at our terms. And just in case you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Abundance First Lane, where we resist the rat race and embrace that abundance is a natural state for you. Yes, abundance is a mindset. Abundance is a mindset where you allow your mind to see the green grass, to see the clear air, and to see the open heaven. And while at it, you'll realize that you'll be fruitful. You'll be able to fruitful in that season. If you allow the rat race kind of mindset to be your portion, you continue, you dry until you're finally dead. Yes, at Abundance First Lane, we help you keep alive. We help you keep, green and fruitful. And in case you're wondering, we're talking about abundant wealth. What is this abundant wealth? Yes, in terms of financial literacy awareness or financial freedom, there are 7 levels. The first 3 are survival levels, and the others are the thriving levels. Most of us live in this world just surviving, seeking just to, survive the next day and hustle for the next day. They just have the basics, the food, shelter, and the cleaning, and then that is it. But God never intended us to just survive. He intended us to thrive, live the best version of ourselves. The lowest level is financial dependency, where you are depending, your life depends on someone else to be able even to be fed. If you get out of that, you get to financial sufficiency or solvency. This one, you get to move out of whoever you're depending on and you start earning something small just to cover for your expenses. In case you get out of here, you get now to financial survival or the breathing room. Here, at least in as much as you're living from paycheck to paycheck, you're able to save something small. And occasionally you may save for 2-3 months and you end up using that money. But at least you're able to have something small to save and you are able to breathe. At this level, most of us Kenyans, especially, when we get here, we are happy. When we remember where we are coming from, the dependency and the solvency, we get here and we get stuck without even looking forward. And at times, even we live in this survival phase, and we bring our kids to live that survival phase, and our kids, they get to live in this survival phase. Yes, we can get out of that. The next level is the financial stability or the debt-free. This one, you have no bad debts, and you've been able to save 6 months of worth of your expenses and emergencies. In case of anything, you have 6 months saved somewhere. If you're able to continue saving and you've embraced the saving and investing culture, you get now to financial flexibility or the financial comfort. Here, at least you have 2 years of your expenses saved. I mean, you have income worth 2 years of your expenses saved. You can actually, here you are comfortable. You can actually take a year off work. You can do what you want and how you want. In as much as you can only survive for 2 years, at least you're comfortable. You're flexible. You're flexible to try out the new things. You're not so afraid at the what ifs of life. And if you manage to continue saving and investing and you know saving and you're investing and you're starting other businesses, you're looking for other sources of income, you get to a point where all your other sources of income are giving you enough income to cater for all your expenses. And you don't have to work. Money is now working for you. You live off the income that your investments now generate. At this point, you are financially independent. You are free to do all that which God created you to be. Free to live life on your terms. Free to do what you want, with who you want, at how you want. And finally, If you're in this status, you're able even to start, teaching your kids on how to live and to live as free. And when you are at this point, because your investment are multi-generational and you build businesses that have good systems, they will trust you. And at this point, because money has not stopped coming, it continues to pile up and you get to get enough for yourself, enough for your kids, enough for your kids' kids, enough, all the money that you'll ever need in your lifetime. You're able to make it. At this point, and this is what you're talking about, it's at this level that money isn't a concern. You have all that you'll ever need in your lifetime. And your kids and your kids' kids, you already have money that would outlast generations. Yes, this is the level we are at today, and that's what we're discussing. And you may ask, this abundance wealth, what does it mean? The dictionary meaning for abundance means bounty, it means wealthy, it means plenty, it means profusion, it means richness, it means money, it means supply, it means all these words. Take any of these words. It means horn, any of these words, and you'll be able to copious amount, plenty, abundant, wealth, all this. It just said to say that when you're living in abundance, you have all that you want. You're living in opulence. You're living in teemingness. You're living in plenty. You're living in richness. That's what it means when we say the word abundance. At this point, it's not about money. You have good peace. You have good health. You have good, your mental status is okay. Your spirituality is okay because you're able to play and do all that you want at whatever time you want because you have all the time in the world. You have energy to do everything that you always wanted. You have your talents, you have the time to grow your talents and be what God really created you to be. So while at the abundance, what is abundant life really? Abundant life is a purposeful, a joyous, a fulfilled, and an eternal life. Yes, at this point, when you're living an abundant life, whether you are living an abundant life or you are living otherwise, your wealth will be transferred after your transition. But then the good book says in the Proverbs 13:22, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. So choose thee yourself, whether you want to live this abundant life. At this point, the goal isn't to make more money. The goal is that you are living on your own terms. You do what you want, how you want. You create your own schedules. No one really scares you. You respect people, they respect you. You do what you want. And in this life, we were never meant to live a life accumulating stuff. We were meant to live simply enjoying the experiences of this life, the people of this life, and the journey of this life, not the things of this life. Yes, in as much as we're moving from financial dependency through now abundance, we are enjoying the journey thereof. We are enjoying the journey. There in between is where the lessons are. So purposeful living is a strong indicator of happiness. You live big, believe bigger, and you're always thriving. This is when you're living a purposeful living. And your genius simply makes you a truly joyous human being. When you are joyous, that is your higher purpose. To be radiant for no reason other than being alive. Yes, while you are at abundance, wealth, or when you are living at your life at abundance, you are happy and radiant for no reason. Just the fact that you are alive, you know the opportunities, massive opportunities to enjoy and experience life. And for that reason, you realize that your life is fulfilled. It's totally fulfilled. You have no reason to compare and contrast yourself with anyone else. That's because you have a fulfilled life. And this life that is abundant is eternal. We know that that life is just as a blip on another skin of eternity. There's so much more that one can do. As you wait to transition, yes, be the best. An eternal life is the most important thing in all the world, for which you and I should work and hope someday to attain. The person who attains eternal life is exceedingly rich. Seek not the riches but for wisdom. He that has eternal life is rich. Eternal life is the greatest of all the gifts of God. Yes, if we continue to take this view, life becomes one great romance, a glorious opportunity for seeing marvelous things all the time. And God is disciplining us to get us into the central place of power. Yes, eternal life. If you're living an abundant life, you enjoy every moment, and life becomes like a great romance, an adventure every day, and glorious opportunities await you. Yeah, it's a gift of God. Life is precious and it's a gift of God. You may be asking at this point, you already have so much that you and your kids and your kids' kids and generations after you will have to enjoy. So at this level, for you to be able to, transfer this wealth successfully to the other generations and to other people, there are things that you can do. One of them is setting up a trust fund. That is, you as a guarantor, set up this trust fund, look to the trustee to manage your funds, so that now is channeled to your beneficiaries. That way, the wealth that you built or you've created will not get lost. The kind of assets that may be held by the management funds are properties, money in cash form, or in liquid form, mutual funds, bonds, and stock certificates. Yes, the trust fund is a legal entity that will hold your assets that will benefit your generation, either as a person or as a group or as an organization. These trust funds has saved so many other families. We know, especially in Kenya, now that we don't know how to transfer wealth and create wealth for generations, when the matter or the person who generated with the wealth passes on and transition to the other world, the people are left fighting for the wealth, and others, they are left now scattering it, and it does not benefit any other generation apart from that person who is scattering it. So it's good when if you're able to get to that level, build a trust fund, and it will save your generations and the generation and the many other generations after you. And that this way you'll be forming your own dynasty. The other thing that one can do to be able to safeguard and ensure that whatever they've been able to acquire is transferred to the next generation is forming a foundation. A foundation is a non-profit corporation or a charitable trust that makes grant to organizations or institutions or individuals for charitable purpose, especially maybe for science, for education, for culture, and for religion. When you set up a foundation, this one will be meaning to help, to donate, to volunteer, to share, to give, and mostly to give hope to those who are still not yet at abundance. So when you talk about a foundation, this one will come also like a charity, like charity. You do not expect profit from the foundation. So the first thing you do is that you get that intention to open that foundation, so that you by this time you're living in abundance. You have all the time to do what you want. You intentionally want to inspire giving, and the next thing you think of is the impact that your giving will cause. Yeah, give in a way that it will be very impactful. Then think of inspiring. When you already have set up that foundation, the consistent giving of our time, talent, and treasure, you realize that you are able now to you're setting inspirational goals for others who are not yet there. Then while you're building this foundation, please strive to grow and strengthen the community of giving to and through the Give One Legacy Foundation. Yes, this foundation that you're forming is for helping others, to giving hope for all these things, but you'd love it to be a foundation from which you will be remembered and for your legacy that will be carried on. If, for example, I would want to, not I would want, if I have the Abundance Foundation, it's a foundation that will outlive me, a foundation that will serve people way after I've left. We have experienced, we have seen the Ford Foundation, we have seen other foundations that even people, when they arrive, they're still impacting to others. When they are gone, they are never forgotten. They are remembered forever. And they create a legacy that really outlives them. The other thing one can do is put the money in an insurance, in a life insurance. This one will look like an umbrella that will cover your generations, the people who will come after you. You will cover them. And now, what do the life insurance offer? The life insurance offer protection. It offers some tax benefit when you're doing your returns. If you have insurance, a life insurance, there's some benefits you get. Your health expenses are covered. And there's some things that you consider when you're buying the life insurance. Consider your abilities, consider what assets you have, consider your income, consider your safety expenses, and also consider your expenditure. But at this time, because you have all the money that you ever need, you look for the best life cover from the best of the insurance. The insurance that you know it's not going to go to close tomorrow. Yes, the reason why you need to buy this insurance is because you need to protect your family against uncertainties. Many things can happen anytime. You want to give your family safety from loans and other debts. You want to give your family financial cover for disability and terminal illness. And you actually want your family to get regular payout when you are gone and when you're not there. Yes, when you put it in the insurance, you'll be getting payouts every so often. The other thing you can do your estate planning. Estate planning, this one you need to involve lawyers and attorneys. And you need to have very good people so that they can help you draft the will, so that your estate will not just get lost, and you'll be able to go to the people, that the beneficiaries that you really intend to benefit from your estates. Just in case you're wondering, hey, we have come from far. This is the cycle that helps you get to the freedom level. And once you get the freedom, then you're able not just to pay it up. This one, you start here, you know where you start. This is as when you are financially dependent, and you get to know where you start setting your goals, you track your money, you start spending less on junk, you pay off your loans, then you start saving the surplus money. This is where now you start, building the monthly expenses, and saving them for emergency, saving for emergency. And when you save and save and save, you start even now creating more sources of income by investing and getting more. Then you do investment that will avoid the lifestyle inflation. Then invest in the future and repeat the process. So you keep repeating this process, you get out of the rat race. And after you get out of the rat race, you start building your income. and money start working for you. You stop working for money. This is for our info as we progress. While at abundant wealth, what can you be doing? What are the things you can consider? One thing you need to consider at this point, we've agreed, you have all the money that you'll ever need in your lifetime, and even for your kids and your kids' kids. The things you need to consider at this point is that strive to have control over the property and assets. Don't strive to own, because ownership will tie you and it will make you so busy. But leave it to the leave it to the professionals and the experts. Just learn to control and leave the management to take the responsibilities. If possible, even sell shares. Make it listed in the NSC so that you just have control, not ownership. At this point, make sure your estate planning is in order. Planning is a very hard assignment, and that's why most people maybe don't want to plan. Have the best team of professionals to help you with the planning, to help you in the advice to execute your will. Have the best of the lawyers, have the best accountants, have the best of the planners so that they can help you on your estate planning and on drafting your will and keeping your will. As you think of the trust fund and the insurance, set up trust fund on all entities that will ensure that the beneficiaries are well covered. Look for trust funds that are trustworthy. I don't know which other word I can use, but look for trust funds that have been there for generations and have a reputation of being strong. Also, the insurances. Look for an insurance and take covers from insurances that are strong, the ones that have withstood generations and they're still profitable. Then there are things to consider is the foundation. In the previous slide, we talked about now that foundation, and make sure at least you set a charitable foundation for your own philanthropic activities. Let them be organized. Even the bigger companies like Equity has its own foundation, the Wings to Fly. This one is what will help you carry your legacy way after you transition. Yes. Besides this, these are part of the things that you can invest in so that you can continue earning and things that will come that will help your beneficiary. One of them is properties. Yes, you can own properties all over the world. You can own properties anywhere. Invest in them. And remember, we said whatever you have, don't get into ownership, just get to control. Then there are things you can invest in is things that are perpetual, things that are worth subscribing. You can invest in Netflix. You can invest in those things that people subscribe to and you get your share. You can invest in Showmax, such things that people will subscribe to and you get like your share and you continue getting your profit. Then there are those things that you can invest in problems. Look for a specific problem, solve that problem. Once you solve that problem, people or the people you solve for the problem will be willing to pay you enough money that is equal to their problem. You can also you can also invest in preventive things. You can foresee things like now the climate the climate changes that we've experienced in the last few years. You can help prevent now the global warming. You can help, prevent those big things that no one else would bother about. You can also invest in patents, get things and patent them. Even if they are weird things, there are people who are patenting their names. There are people who are patenting, their creations. Even Mabo Matatu has been patented in first in search. You can also invest in priceless things that has no price by themselves. You can invest in taking your family or the people you love on a holiday, on a place that they only dream of. Take them there, see their smiles, enjoy with them, walk with them on the sand, Swim in the ocean. These are priceless things that you can invest your money on. Go and feed the street kids. Go and take tissue paper to jails. I mean, do things that are priceless that to put another person's, a smile on another person. You can also decide to invest on people. People have so many needs. You can choose to invest your needs on people, and you can even decide to partner with these people so that you give them the investment, the money part, and then they do whatever they want, even as they get to their abundance. You can choose to invest in a product, manufacture a product, or think of a product that will bring a solution to the world. Name it, give it your name, or give it to whichever, and you'll be able now to have that product now as another additional stream of income. Invest on things that are predictable. The things that are, they look kawaida. You can in kawaida, okay, they look normal. Just invest on those things that are predictable and see the outcome, and generally share your profit or enjoy your profit with others. Yes, you can also invest in planning. Planning it's really a hard job, and very few people want to spend their time planning. Yes, at this point you have all the time, you have the energy, and you have the money. Invest in planning and involving other people so that you form synergies on things that you can be strong. After all is said and done, we agree that abundance is a mindset. There are generally three kinds of mindset: the poor mindset, the middle class mindset, and the rich. The poor do not necessarily mean that you are poor, like you don't have money. It just means that you're passing over opportunities regularly. You're passing over opportunities to grow you. You're passing over opportunities to take you to the next level. And so this means that once you get your income, that is from a salary of wherever, it goes straight to expenses. After you pay the taxes, you're left now only to pay for food, shelter, and clothing, and a few other things. So whatever you get, food, shelter, clothing, expenses, that money gets to get finished just like that. You can live like this for so long. But if you're able now to organize yourself, at least even you move to okay, you can adopt the next kind of mindset, the middle class. This one, when they get the income, they will take it to their abilities. They will take loans so that they can be seen like they have bigger things. They have a bigger house, they have a bigger car, they're able to live generally large, and they have taken their kids to even better schools. Yes, this one is for, I don't want to say for show off, but mostly you will get people getting even into bigger depths for image purpose. The other mindset is for the rich. This one, the rich only, okay, not that they only, but they will most likely think whenever they get any income, they will be thinking of how they can expand the income they already have. They'll be thinking of how can I grow this asset that I have. So what they will do, they will get the income from either the rental income, from dividend, from interest, or from royalties. Then they will buy another asset. They will buy other stock. They will buy bonds. They will buy intellectual properties. They will buy patents. They will buy other real estate that will give them more income. And that cycle goes bigger and bigger and bigger until that's how they're able to build the wealth that will be inherited by generations and generations after they leave. Thank you so much for following up to that point. We appreciate you following up to this point, and we are happy that you've been able to share for this whole series. Find the other videos on these very channels and see how you can move from dependency through now to here abundance, where you're living life on your terms. You don't have to question anyone on what you want to do. You get into a hotel, you choose what you want to eat. You don't think about the money. whenever you want to, whatever address you want to live in, that's where you live. Yes, this is our address. This is our phone number. And our email is abundancefastlane@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, find us on TikTok, find us on YouTube, and find us in Instagram, all at Abundance Fastlane. Yes, and at the end of this time, you'll be able to sing and say, I am a Fastlaner. I dream, I dared, I do what I did, and I've now delivered the life that I've always desired to myself. No one will give you the life that you so much desire. Wake up, take action, and see yourself and God helping you deliver the life that you want. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you following us up to this far. May God bless you. May you do you well. Ask your friend to subscribe so that you're able to get to the next series. The next series will be more exciting, and I promise you, the team is now growing bigger, and you'll be able to do bigger, and better things. So subscribe to this channel, Invite a friend, and once you learn, let me know your feedback and your take home. Write your comment and share with your friends. Thank you so much.